welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome to the channel. I'm Michelle and I hope that you're going to enjoy all the content that is on this channel, and that is more to come. So a few days ago I posted a video up on side hustles that you can try in 2021, especially bearing in mind everything that has been happening around the world. And I've had a couple of conversations with you guys already regarding side hustles, and on today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys the things that you need to look out for when you are starting a side hustle. So basically, what a side hustle should not do. Now, firstly, before we go any further, I really want us to dissect the whole side hustle idea. What is a side hustle, and how do you what does a side hustle actually mean? So I went on dear Google for you guys to actually get the meaning of what a side hustle is. Now I'm gonna read it to you guys because it's the only way that makes sense. Anyway, so it says a side hustle is any type of employment undertaken in addition to one's full-time job. A side hustle is generally freelance or piecework in nature, providing a supplemental income. Side hustles are often things a person is passionate about, rather day a typical day job worked in order to make ends meet. So this is basically when somebody decides to say, cool, I love beauty, I love the beauty and makeup space, and I am going to start a beauty and makeup business while I work as a receptionist, or while I work as an engineer, or while I work as a doctor, whatever the case is. That's basically what a side hustle is. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys 3 things that I believe a side hustle should not do for you. But before I share these things, I want you to understand that a side hustle means it's something you are doing on the side. It means that this is something that you've taken your time and your energy to actually do on the side, over and above the most important things that are bringing you more income. I also do acknowledge that there are a few people that could be watching this video that are unemployed at the moment, and that's still fine. You can still do a side hustle as a full-time thing, but predominantly this video is for somebody who already has a full-time job or currently already busy with something. It could be studying full-time, but you are doing something full-time and you want to make more money. It's just to give you a guideline on the 3 things that a side hustle should not even be for you. Now, let's start with the number 1. Number 1, a side hustle should not distract you from your 9 to 5. Although a side hustle should not make you quit your job. Now, I know we are living in a world right now where everybody is bumping about entrepreneurship and our calling it and how we are commercializing it and really making it look like something that is rather a little bit more fashionable than it is practical. But I want you to understand, as somebody who has been an entrepreneur before, who has worked full-time and had side hustles before, a side hustle should not make you want to quit your job unless it is making you more money than you are making at your job. Do not leave your job because you started a side hustle. Don't do it. Also, it should not distract you from your 9 to 5. I have known people that have been fired from their real jobs because they were focusing on a side hustle that was probably giving them 20% of what they were actually earning at their full-time job, and that is not practical. So what I'm basically saying is, don't get caught up in the hype, don't get caught up in the entrepreneurship hype, and focus. You will possibly eventually get to a point where you can leave your 9 to 5 to go and take care of this business that is already providing you a lot of money. But there are a lot of people that have been running their successful businesses while they are also still employed. So it is important to understand that it's not fancy being an entrepreneur if you're not making enough money. Stop leaving your job, or don't even think about leaving your job to pursue this idea, to pursue this. You would rather actually still keep your job if it's stable enough and hire somebody to take care of your side hustle, so that only until you are very, very sure of this thing that you're building are you able to then leave. So whenever you start a side hustle, don't even think about leaving your job. Think about this side hustle being a success and growing into an amazing business that's going to employ people. And should it get to a point where it requires your attention and you need to leave, that means that it's already providing you with more money than you were initially making. So that is important to remember. The second one is, your side hustle should not distract you from your 9 to 5. There are people that will not quit their jobs for the side husle, but they will not give their full 100% on the things that they are doing the most. So for instance, if you are studying, your side hustle sometimes should not be distracting you from your actual studies, because that is what matters the most, and you are possibly using the side hustle to find your studies or to fund whatever it is that you are doing, but you need to make sure that your side hustle does not distract you. So this means that you need to always still remember, like we defined in the beginning, that it is a side hustle. It is something that you are doing on the side, and that is super important to remember. The third and the last one is burnout. I have watched a lot of videos on the hustle harder culture, talking about how you work 9 to 5. When you get home from like 7 until 3 a.m. the next morning, you're working on the side hustle, and people don't sleep that are passionate. If anything at all that I have learned in my journey is that self-care is priority. You will not be able to enjoy all these amazing things that you're trying to build if you are struggling to take care of yourself. And taking care of yourself sometimes means just laying back a little. Taking care of yourself sometimes just means that you do need the 8-hour sleep. Sometimes it means that during the week you just might need to just work on your job, and only on weekends can you do this side hustle, or maybe an hour a day. But don't strain yourself to a point where you are going insane, and to a point where you're getting sick, and also to a point where it's just not being practical for your life anymore. That is not the way to go, and that business will not be sustainable for you, because you are going to burn out, you are going to get sick. Therefore, you are not going to be present for it. And if you're not present for it, how are you going to still run? And if you're not even present for the job that you are employed to do, the job that helped you finance a side hustle, then what are you doing in the first place? So that is super important to remember. So I also want to know from you guys who already have side hustles, what are the things that you've had to look out for when you are running, or when you have a side hustle that you can say, that is a mistake that I made, and that is something that I need to be sure to not make now that I've got something that's happening full-time, and I need to also have a side hustle. Let me also just say that sometimes side hustle can be also for entrepreneurs. As entrepreneurs, we can do a lot of things. You can run a proper business and have YouTube as a side hustle. And what you don't want to do is not attend meetings for potential clients and not toss potential clients because you're busy with YouTube, because your first business is the one that's giving you so much more money, and that is your 9 to 5. So it is important that with anything that you have in your life, you kind of know what is it that requires your full attention the most, and then you give your attention to that, and then all these other small things can get a 10% of you, a 20% of you. But as a human being, you can never give everything your 100%, and you need to decide what is it that you are going to give a lot of your energy, and then what are the other small things like your side hustles, your side things, and all those stuff that you are going to give the rest of the remaining energy that's left. It's really all about prioritizing, you guys. It really does matter what's happening around the world, but ultimately we still need to go ace our goals, we still need to smash them, and we still need to be where we want to be, or rather even in a better position, or just keep it moving. Just take action towards something. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that it has been super fruitful for you, and I really hope that you enjoyed all these tips, and I hope that they're also very fruitful for you if you currently do have a side hustle right now. So let me know in the comment section below which one of these tips that you actually enjoyed the most, and what are the other things that I probably did not mention on here that you think people that have side hustles could look out for, especially if you are in recruitment or whatever the case is. But you guys know these comment sections are where we get to chat, dissect, and also bring out more content ideas that you guys would like me to do. So thank you once again for watching this video. Have yourself a beautiful one, and I'll see you next time. Mwah!